So I'm going to bring her right up without any further ado. Let's bring her up. Her name is Robbie Motter. She's the founder of the Global Woman Society of Female Entrepreneurs, right? Global Society, where am I? GSFE, Global Society of Female Entrepreneurs. It used to be NAFE, that's why I got a little confused. The color here, and the branded color is like a cobalt blue, and you'll see why. Look at her. Come here. Come on in, Miss Robbie. Yay. Mwah. 2 kids. Mwah. Look at this. Look at this woman. Hello. Just look at her before we sit down. She is so fabulous. She always looks like this, you guys. Not just for the TV show right now, but always. I've never seen you not just head to toe perfect. Her jewelry, everything matches. But she represents women entrepreneurs from all over the world. And she's got stories upon stories. We're going to have a seat. Let's just get comfortable. And she's got a book in her hands. Yes. In fact, that's how we met. Right? I went to a global meeting, the first one. I didn't even know what it was. It was in Orange County where I live. And I remember just sitting down next to this fabulous woman, and she just started asking me questions. Didn't know who she was or her background. And she's like, "You have a book?" I'm like, "Yes, I do." I gave it to her, and then sooner did it sometimes turn around. I was getting nominated for all these awards, like the Authors Who Rock, the Women Entrepreneur thing, the 100 Global Women, the Humanitarian Award. Like, my wall's not big enough for all the awards I've got because she keeps nominating me because she's so awesome. So Robbie, thank you for coming to the show. Welcome to the Power Hour Live. We've got fans out there. You guys, if you're on here, please make some comments, thumbs up, some hearts. Ask us questions. You've got her right here, one of the top female entrepreneur women, queen of networking like in the world. Here at your fingertips. There's Miss Cara. Cara says hi. Yeah. I told her you'll be watching. Yes, of course, immediately I walk in and there said, "Where's your sidekick?" So, anyway, she's here. Go ahead and ask us like Cara did. Go in the comment section. Ask us some questions. Let us know where you're from and how we can inspire you and motivate you and, give you some networking tips, whatever it is that's on your mind. But anyways, I'm going to give you the mic this time. And let you go for
Thank you. I remember the night I met you. As I sat next to you, I said, "Who is this amazing woman? I need her in my life." And because I learned before I even met you all the fabulous things you do to make a difference to people all over the world. And you come from heart. And you know what? That's my kind of woman.
Oh, I'm going to cry. I'm very sensitive. People know. I read my book online and I cried every chapter. Talk about being vulnerable. People see me as this badass, right? Which says on my pants. But I believe that's so true. To be just transparent, be authentic, just be who you're supposed to be, who God made you to be, right? We're all His children. And it's too much work to be someone that you're not. That's how I look at it. So wherever you are, whoever you are, and whoever you're meant to be, just be that and show up. So I'd love you to explain what's going on with your book and your topic.
Well, first I want to go back to the 70s because everything I've learned in my life, I learned by asking and showing up. And I remember one day in Omaha, Nebraska, I asked this woman if she would teach me something. And she looked at me and she said, "I will not teach you or any woman." That just blew me away.
Why?
She just decided that she wasn't going to be there for women. And you know what? That day, I said to myself, "Self, the rest of your life, whatever you learn, you'll be sharing with women." And that's what I've been doing. Because, we're not in competition.
Thank you.
We are in collaboration.
Yes.
Isn't that true?
That's part of my speech, baby.
Yeah.
I think you've heard me say that from stage, that we shouldn't compare, compete, but yet collaborate, and lift each other up. It's all about, and I know you stand for this, and this is why you're sitting here in the power seat on the Power Hour, is because of your intentions, your mindset, and your mission, and your purpose, and your passion is so uplifting for other women to empower them, not compete with them. It's so ridiculous, but yet it seems to be the norm. You know what I mean? I have women eyeball me up and down and all this. I can feel that energy, and I'm like, check it out, girl. Like, hi, you want to say hello to me, or do you want to just stare at me? Like, I'm a very approachable when you come and talk to me. I'm pretty nice, but people are like, "Oh, you're so intimidating now." I'm like, well, then that's on you. That's not on me,
Absolutely.
Right?
It is absolutely on them. They're not confident. They're not being who their really authentic self is.
Right.
Because I find that when you are totally who you are, then it's so easy. I've been on a mission for years to get women to learn about the power of showing up and the power of asking. Men were always great about asking. They might be playing golf and they say, what do you do? But women, I think it comes back from, we were told, never brag about yourself, never ask for anything, just be a helper. Well, that's wrong. Who knows more about what you do than you do?
Correct.
I mean, I couldn't explain everything you do, but if I hear you say it, then I see the wonderfulness of what you're doing every day to make a difference.
Exactly, and I think it's not, when you come not from a bragging or boasting, but just there to empower and inspire and maybe motivate, then it's a whole different energy around it. You know what I mean? Yeah, I've done some few things in my life, but that's not who I am. Like, my body doesn't define who I am. That's not who I am on the inside. That's made what up here on the outside, and I look the way I do, and my physique is on purpose to get your attention, to let you know I know a little bit about health and wellness and working out, right? Just a little bit. But it's so I can share my information and my journey and my knowledge with other people to, get them in better health and inspire them to, take better care of themselves and put themselves first. And, you've heard me speak before, and this is my whole purpose now, is to lift other women up and to make sure that they have that confidence and that they are worthy and they are enough and that they deserve to be the best version of themselves from the inside out. And I just think that should be the normal, but yet it's not.
Right.
Right.
I was so happy I showed up one day, and I remember you telling this story about all these vitamins in your closet. And I thought, and then you said you found out about something where you didn't have to take that many, and you could still get the benefit.
Correct.
And I thought,
based
wow,
on my DNA.
You shared such great knowledge.
Yeah,
how many
thank you.
women really know that? We need somebody like you that, I think sometimes when we share our stories, it's because we've been there. We've done it.
Absolutely.
It's not because, and we've learned. I mean, lessons are to be learned.
And shared, like you said. And I think that I love hearing so many speakers, and especially at your events, because I feel that everybody gets up there and everybody has such a story and a message that comes out of a mess. Literally, their mess becomes their message, and then their platforms to speak on, and then it's to help other people. And I believe it takes real courage and vulnerability to stand up and really share your deepest, darkest life, things that maybe have traumas that have happened to you, but how you've handled them and come out on the other side. And that's where it's at, is how you deal with like dramatic things. We've all had things called life. That's how I look at it. We can't escape it. And like I cried every chapter of my book because I had to relive some of these moments that I shared openly and vulnerably, and that's not my thing to be crying. But it is now because I used it as my superpower. And so I find that when women do that and just become open and open-hearted and come from the heart, you connect. And this is all about, I know you're the queen of connections and putting people together and how they can help one another and either do business together or help with whatever, information, whether it's what vitamins to take or something as simple as that. But these things are important, especially women's issues, because we're told not to talk about certain things growing up. And I think that's nonsense.
And we were
talk about everything.
And we were also taught never to ask. I remember reading your book. I absolutely loved it.
Thank you. That means a lot coming from the queen here.
And I was thinking in that book, how many lives you changed by sharing your story. And after I read that, it reminded me that everybody's got a story. And that's what gave me the idea to do my book.
Yes, let's talk about it. It's all about showing up. I love the title.
Yeah,
hello.
It's all about showing up, and the power's in the asking. And I really wanted to do it for a couple years, and everybody said it's a great idea, but nobody gave me any copy until one day I said, if you want to be in this book, I need it by this date, 2,500 words, and your contact and a picture. And if I get it the day after, you do not get in the book. So
deadline, call to action with a deadline.
46 people came in, and several later said they could kick their butt because they didn't get it.
They missed out. See, I didn't hear about it. I'm in the next one now.
Yeah, the next one's going to come out, and we actually made #1 bestseller in the U.S. the first day.
Okay.
We made #1 bestseller international the next day. We're in Barnes & Noble, we're in Target, we're in Walmart, we're in bookstores all over the country, Goodreads, and every day I get stories. These are stories of women who shared their stories about showing up and asking. And they're all our members from GSFE.
Right. Global Society of Female Entrepreneurs.
But what was funny is a few of them that I was trying to get in the book kept giving me excuses. You know, excuses are ridiculous.
No kidding. You tell. Then they're not, and they didn't make it.
They didn't
so
make
look
it.
at what they missed out on. What an
And
opportunity.
they said, "Oh, I want to be in the next one." But you know, see, that's what happens a lot, and you've seen it.
I've seen it.
You offer them this great stuff, and they said, "Well, I got to think about it. Maybe I'm interested. Maybe I'm not." And then when it shows such
Missed the
power,
boat.
you know, with what you're doing, the power that comes back from that, and they said, "Oh, I really should have done it." How many
Right?
times have you heard that?
Yes, coulda, woulda, shoulda. Wasted time. You guys, it's what's all about asking and taking action. And so many people miss that. And what an opportunity to miss. I mean, but see, I hope they learned a lesson.
And-
That's all I can say, right? You're
Oh
supposed to
yeah,
learn.
they are.
Yeah.
And they keep saying, "When is the
Kicking
next
themselves
book?
in the
When
butt.
is the next book?" And now that Barnes and Noble and some of the stores are opening, we're getting ready to do book signings at the stores. And what my plan is say, for instance, the girls that were like in LA, when we do Barnes and Noble, they're the ones that are going to be there.
Okay.
To give them the exposure
And they're local.
and local wherever we
Communities.
are. But you know, showing up is so powerful. There's many times you and I don't want to show up, but then we show up, and then
Anyway.
we say, "Oh my God, am I glad?" I'd just like to share a couple of
Yes.
this happened.
Please.
Last week I had to go to the hardware store because I was looking for some nails for, you know, I have a garden, beautiful garden.
This woman does everything, you guys. This is why I call her my mentor. I'm telling you. I thought I did a lot of things. She's the queen.
So I'm in the hardware store, and the guy's busy that works there, but he's helping this guy. And this guy says, "Well, I'll help you." So he takes me over to the nail division.
So this is a customer that helped
Customer.
you? I love
And
it.
he said, "Come on, I'll help you." And meanwhile, he's holding in his hand this thing that looks like it's some kind of plumbing thing. And I have a plumbing issue at my house. So after we found the nails, I said, "Oh, do you know if they make that any bigger? Because I need something." And then I said, "No, that's okay. I really need to get a plumber." He said, "I'm a plumber." And
A
then
customer.
Yeah.
I
And then
love it.
So I said, "Give me your card." So he gives me his card, and he says, "You're going to laugh when I give you my card." And he is also a baker. He bakes cakes.
A plumber and a baker, all in one.
And I said, "I'm having this fabulous event August 1st. I would love you to bake," because the guy that works there said, "Oh my God, he's amazing." He said, "Everybody that we've referred him to, whether it's baking or fixing something, he's the best." And I thought, so I said, "Okay, great. You can bake a cake. I'll show you." So he showed up today. He fixed my stove. He's doing a garbage disposal for me, and he's the plumbing. Now, had I not shown up, I would not have met him, and I was still trying to be finding a plumber that
and a
would-
baker.
and who would not screw me. You know, that would give me a
Yes.
right price and not say, "Oh, you're a woman, I can take advantage of you."
Yeah.
And another story is a month ago, I showed up at an event. One of our members was launching a network in San Diego, and it was at a beautiful winery, and she had this fabulous opera singer. So I walked up to her and said, "Would you entertain at my August 1st event? We don't pay singers, but I'd love you to be there." She said, "I normally get paid, but for you, I will be there."
You see? But you asked her.
I asked her. And then the other thing is, there was a gentleman who was the main speaker who does the every year he does the bunny ball, and he does the teddy bear ball in La Jolla.
Okay.
And I heard about him through a gal that every year invites me, but I've never gone. And so I said, "Oh my God, do you know this gal?" He said, "Yes." And he told me about the events, and I said, "Oh, a lot of my women would love to go." He said, "We're going to make you an affiliate, and your girls can come for $50 to a red carpet with gowns."
Oh, nice.
So I
When's
said-
that?
Well, the first one, it's the teddy bear ball, is in La Jolla during Thanksgiving.
Okay.
And the other one is in the spring. And all you got to do is bring a teddy bear, dress up in a gown, walk the red carpet,
We
and
can
meet
do that.
people. So had I not shown up,
Again.
and then we also found this great vodka they make at the place we're going to give away at the August 1st thing.
Perfect.
And we met all these other people. And again, had I not shown up, I wouldn't have met those people.
Exactly. And wherever you go, there you are.
And think about places that you've shown up, that you've.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. I can't even begin to tell you the stories. And like you just said, even if you don't feel like it, you just go. And I think just having a commitment and taking a stand, and if you say you're going to be somewhere, just be there, and it doesn't matter what you look like or whatever. It doesn't matter. My mom used to tease me because I have like a wardrobe for everything in the trunk of my car, because sometimes I go from event to event to event, and I change in between. Like I'm going to change after this and do it because I'm speaking, right? So, but prepare for anything, because you never know where you're going to be, who's going to be there, and who you're supposed to meet. And I feel that when you just follow faith, and the people that are supposed to meet and be in your path, they just come.
I remember one day somebody said, I'm looking for a job in accounting. And I said, well, I really don't know anybody right now. About 45 minutes later, I'm someplace, and somebody said, do you know anybody that knows accounting? I mean,
within 45 minutes, boom.
Yeah, because that's the power of it.
Absolutely. I love
that.
So
I've heard every excuse in the world, and I think people have to stop making excuses and just step up and take action.
Yes, right. Look at her. She gets fired up. I like that. Yes, take action. That's part of my speech. You have to make a decision, take a stand, and then take action. Boom. And just do it. Look at Allie says, yes, Queen. That's right. Take action, because nothing gets done otherwise. You miss out on opportunities like being in this amazing bestseller book, because they didn't take action. You gave them the opportunity. You told them the timeline.
It didn't cost them a dime.
So they didn't have the money excuse, right?
No
I
money.
Can't afford it. That's always another one, right? I don't have time, or I can't afford it. But you took that away.
Right.
But yeah, so that's it. That's just it. I mean, I love asking, and I'm not ashamed or too much pride.
And because we did this book, an internship from a school in Southern California called us about getting interns for us for the summer.
Perfect.
And we were able to, they called Angela the publisher. And because of this book, Angela, who published our book, got to publish the 100 Women Global thing. She got to be the publisher for their book, because they had a publisher who something didn't happen, and they called Angela, and she said yes.
She said yes. That's another thing. You have to ask, but then when you're asked, you need to say yes. Right? I say yes to everything and then figure it out.
Yeah, me too.
Right?
But so many people, have you ever met those that have to know every incident about it?
Oh, I can't stand it.
Me neither. I said,
what? Just be
why
there.
do you need that? Nobody knows. Only God knows all that.
Right.
So just show up and take whatever comes up.
Right.
Because you will be glad you did.
Thank you. Boom. This is why I love her. That's the great mind. I just love that, because it's so true, you guys. And there are people out there that miss the boat, but then they blame everyone else but themselves.
Right.
Right? It's like, no, sweetheart, that's on you.
We're in charge of wherever we're going. You know,
you
know that I grew up in foster homes and was on my own at 14. But you know what?
Part of her story. There's her story, you guys.
But you know what?
And look at her today.
Every job I had, and the company, my first job, I lied about my age, was Levi Strauss, and they're still in business.
Well, there you go. Of course they're in business.
Yeah.
Levi's are a
and they
brand.
gave me but they didn't know how old I was. And that was back in those days when you had to wear a suit and gloves and a hat and hot nylons to get the job.
Oh, wow. And how old were you? 14? You were in that?
And I got the job. And I found a boarding house in San Francisco right next to where Phyllis Diller got her start, the Purple Onion.
Wow.
And that was my start. And then every job after that, I just kept learning. But that's why I said when I was in that one job, it was something I wanted to learn, and that woman wouldn't teach me or anyone. Because everything
ridiculous.
I've learned from books or from others. And I ended up in my last job in corporate. I had 800 people reporting to me.
Wow. Wow.
Before
So you
I
went
became
from
an entrepreneur.
14-year-old to 800 people. You see, you just keep leveling up, though, right?
But you never look at your... See, I really do not believe your past has anything to do with your future.
Absolutely.
I believe where you're going is entirely up to you. And too many people say, oh, I can't get there because look at where I came from. That's bullshit.
That's called stuck.
It is stuck.
Right?
Yeah.
And nonsense and, well, bullshit.
Yeah.
You said it. She said it, not me.
But it's true.
No, it is true. I know. I love that you're so direct, because it is true. You guys, if you're out there and you're listening to this, yeah, there's Joy. Hi, ladies. Love popping on here. Yes. I'm glad you're here, Joy. You're listening to Miss Robbie Motter, who's such words of wisdom, you guys. She's giving you, hi, Kim. She's giving you such words of wisdom. She's been there, done that. She's been doing it for years since she was 14.
And I'm 85 now.
Yeah, hello. Let's I didn't even want to ask. But yeah, but that's so powerful, and that you own it, you're proud of it, you look amazing. And she's at every event. Talk about showing up. I had never been to an event that she's not there early, stays there late. You held that big summit, I was there, and I heard you were ironing the tablecloths for like 9 hours by yourself or something.
And then we actually decorated the place till 2 in the morning and got back at 6.
As the promoter, right? 85, you guys, no excuse. So, I mean,
that's what keeps me young. Somebody said to me the other day, you need to slow down. I said, if I did, I'd die. I can't slow down.
Right? That's what I say too. If I stop, I'm dead.
That's what I love. You know, one of the things I love about GSFE is that we're not like other networks. We're really a sisterhood. We're a movement of women. And I've heard this from so many women that belong to a lot of groups. We really care about each other. We're there for each other. And one of the things I think is really important is for women to be totally honest. Like, say, if I'm doing an event and somebody really wants to come and they really don't have the money, I don't want them to give me 50 million excuses. I want them to say to me, Robbie, I really want to be there, but my budget just doesn't
short this month or something.
And then we would find a way.
Right. Someone else will sponsor them.
Yeah.
But they have to ask. But they just have to ask and be honest, right?
But
ask and be honest.
They'll lie and give all kinds of excuses, and then they'll be sad that they're not there.
And then they miss out.
They miss out.
So you guys, you don't need to miss out on anything in life. If there's something that you want to do or attend or be
honest.
Just, be real, be true to yourself, and just, like she keeps saying, just ask. And if you need help or you need support or you just need someone to talk to, find a network group, a sisterhood, and get that support. We can't do this alone. I try to do a lot of things on my own, and it's not that fun.
Well, you know,
and it doesn't work.
You know,
right? I got Rally here now. Look at, he's doing all this stuff for me. I couldn't do what I'm doing. Just for example, what's happening right now. This can just be on me.
But he showed up and you asked.
I ask him, and he says yes, and he takes action, and he loads up and sets up and produces an amazing show. But we're a team, so it's a team and not a solo act. And I think that's super important, especially for women. We tend to want to do everything ourselves.
Well, you know, it was really hard for me to ask.
I'm sure.
I can tell you that.
Because you do everything yourself.
Because I'm a giver. Yeah. Until one day, somebody said to me, Robbie, don't you get such pleasure of asking, of helping others, and we never hear you ask. And I said, oh yeah, it fills my heart. And they said, why are you being selfish and not letting us get that pleasure?
That's another way to look at it, right?
So that day I said, okay, I want a white Maltese dog spaded. 2 days later, somebody called me up and said, I have that dog. I'm going through a divorce, and she's a purebred, and she's yours. Aww. And her name is Majesty. She came with, I'm known as the Queen Diva.
Of course
you are. She came with all kinds of sparkling
jewels.
And I still have her.
Oh, and her name is Majesty?
Majesty.
That is so fabulous. And Malteses are queens. My little niece, Pinky, is a Maltese. She's quite the queen. Her feet barely touch the ground. Yeah, she's in strollers.
Yeah,
pillow to pillow.
They're wonderful, but that I had to go through that. So one of the things I tell people, sometimes it's hard for people to ask direct, can you do this for me? So here's the way you do it. You say, oh, I have a need for this. You know so many people. Do you know anybody that maybe could help me with this? And most of the time they'll come back and say, I'm willing.
They're the person.
But you haven't put them on the spot.
There you go. I like that. Say that again. So say, I have a need.
Well, my ask is, and I know you know so many people.
Okay. So now you're complimenting them.
Yeah. So here's my ask. I would be so happy if maybe you could connect me with someone. And most of the time they come back and said, I'm here for you. What do you need? But that way you haven't put them on the spot.
And they have an out. They can either refer someone or offer themselves.
Or they can say, I don't know anyone at this time, but I'll keep it in mind.
Right. So that I like that, you guys. Better take note of that. I know I just did, because I love asking for help now and getting support.
I ask for everything.
Yeah, because like you said, people want to. If they don't want to, they don't have to. Nobody has to do anything. Like, I don't want for anything, but I like it. And so you can create more and more abundance and more, you can level up when you have more people on your team and more help and more support and more finances. The more finances you have, the more charities you can be involved with.
Absolutely.
And, all these
like
things.
Whenever I learned about something new, I'm always sharing it. So it's up to them to take the action. Like
Very-
one of the things was really hard when we did last time we did the Lady in Blue Awards, which was 2 years ago because we didn't
Lady
do it
in
last
Blue.
year
Hello.
because of the COVID. I nominated everybody, but I thought we're not doing this year. Everybody's going to nominate themselves, and you should see the excuses. I can't do that. I said, well, you can do it. You can do it. We got in 145 nominations.
Nice.
And they said it was the hardest thing they did, but they could do it. So we're about educating.
Okay.
So we educated them on how to do that. So now every time they see a place they can do an award, because nowadays every award you can nominate yourself, and who knows better what you do than you do. And I told them, okay, if you don't want to put your name on that, you write it up. You have a friend, put your friend's name in. They write theirs up, and they put your name in.
There you go. So it at least gets done.
Yeah, so we had, and then I decided we would use no judges that know anybody. So our judges for this, we have 5 judges. One is in Hawaii.
Okay.
One is in, she's actually from Washington, D.C., but she's in Florida right now. One is from New York, and one's from Indiana. And let's see, Hawaii, and one's in local in California.
Okay.
And they're each judging 2 categories. And they're sending me back the 3 finalists, and then they will send me an envelope that is sealed with the winner. And that day at the event, be like the Academy Awards.
And the
We
winner goes
open up,
to.
and the winner goes to.
Oh, how exciting.
I think it's going to be very exciting.
I love that. Okay. I like it.
And I said, the winner said, the judges said, we sent them all the stuff they wrote up. And I said, now you got to remember, some of these women have never written an award. So read what they say, listen to your heart and your gut feeling.
Okay, when you're
And
judging them.
look at the topic and just see, does that make you feel like they're doing what's there? So I mean, will not even know the winners.
Okay.
I will
like
know
it.
the top 3 because they're all giving me the 3, but the
Okay.
finalists, but they will not, I won't know the winner till the envelope's open. And
How
I'm
cool is
excited.
that? Yes, I like that. So it's kind of a different.
And the women that are
Style.
the judges are all women who have been dealing with women's organizations for years. They're amazing women, people
Okay.
I've known over 30 years.
Oh, wow. So they have a ton of experience, which is awesome.
And so far, they haven't called me to say this is difficult. One of them just told me today she just mailed me the 3 names
Oh, really? Already ready to
from
go.
Indiana. Yeah, she's
Okay.
in Indiana. She's sending me.
She's on it. She's taking action.
Because I
like
told
that.
them I needed the 3 names by the 21st, and by the 28th, I need the sealed envelope with the winner's name in it.
Boom.
And then we had
Take
our
charge.
directors each pick a director's choice and a show up award. And then
Nice.
you're on one of those from one of the networks.
Oh, I am?
Yes.
Right.
Didn't you have to you have to get that big sheet over there with your picture in it?
Okay. You're so cute. Another award. My wall's not big enough for all the awards this woman
You know, the
keeps
secret
giving.
is always make a copy of the award and get a binder and put it, every time you get an award, you put it in the binder, and then you go on your website, you have Lauren's Awards, and every time you get an award, you put it in there so that you don't ever have to go back and update it. It's always updated.
There you go. Did you hear that, Raleigh? He handles all that. Actually, I've been actually framing them because I'm very proud
Yeah,
of all
but you
your
should
awards.
also have them in a
And put 'em-
binder, because if you go someplace and you need to, you could just take the binder, put them in the clear sheets,
Uh-huh.
and every time you get a new one, you put it front. Like you just got one I mailed.
I love that. She's definitely planning on me getting more. I like that. Don't
Well,
even have to ask.
You're very deserving.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Well, I like to just really inspire people. And when people come and say, you've really changed my life, and I feel so much better, or I saw you on this or that, and then they're moved by it, or some of the reviews on my book, I had no idea because I never read them before. And one of my friends who helped me publish, she's like, "You haven't read your reviews?" I'm like, "No." So we're up to like 2:30 in the morning and just read some, and I was like, started crying. I was
Your reviews are great.
I was so moved because people that don't even know me, that had never met me or anything, and wrote about, because it's not just about being a bodybuilder or anything. It's just how I've overcome some tragedies and life stuff, and overcome, and we call it triumphs over tragedies.
Right.
But the things that they said, it was like so amazing.
Because you did. You see, everybody's got a story,
Yes.
and sometimes we think we're the only one with that story. But when
Right.
we put the story out,
We're
others
not
have
alone.
that. Others are thinking they're the only one with the story, and when they hear it, oh my God, somebody else has that story, and look what happened. They got through it.
Right.
They're my mentor. I can follow their guidelines.
Yes, exactly. So powerful. So you guys too that are listening, you know, don't hold on and don't be ashamed or don't have guilt and all of these things that women tend to do. Is just, you know, own it, say it, and it's actually very healing to get you to the other side. And then use your story, no matter what it is or how tragic it must seem. There's always worse.
Absolutely.
That's how I look at things.
Absolutely.
You know. There just is. I've been to a lot of leadership classes, and I've, you know, really invested in myself.
So you have a news story now for your next book.
A
TV host and all these things you're doing.
And my name is now Lauren M. Powers.
I know it.
Do you like that?
I love it.
It's kind of fun. I just said that the other day on the show, and the people that were listening, they're like, the lights just went on. They're like, you can see their eyes go, oh wow, and they're all cheering in the background like they just got it. When you say the whole thing. Because my former name is MacDonald, so it's the M. So now it's Lauren M. Powers.
I love it.
But yes, because that's what we do. We empower, right? That's our gig. That's our passion. That's our purpose. I love that. They like it back there too.
I know.
Yes. Allie, so smart. Yes, thank you. No, it's just fun, and these, you know, these little things, they just come. And I think but you take action. Like I could have just kept that to myself, but no, I actually said it from stage and got feedback. And everybody went, yes, they love it, and they're like, how clever, and it's kind of a trick on, you know,
Have you
words.
done Suit Talk yet?
No.
Yeah, I need to recommend you for Suit Talk.
I would love to do a Suit Talk.
It's amazing. I thought it's interesting because I've spoken to audiences as big as 10,000.
Nice.
But I've
just
never
10,000.
But I've never memorized a talk.
Thank you.
Ever.
Thank you.
It was
okay. Now you're definitely my mentor, because people that know me, I was talking to Carl on the way here.
Barbara Berg is doing a Suit Talk next, but it's the hardest. It's the hard. I was sleeping with earphones. I was walking my house with earphones because it's only 12 minutes, no notes, no nothing.
So you just have
It's
to.
kind of like what we're doing now, but you have to stay on everything that
Every word has to be.
the word. So
that would be a challenge for me.
Well, but it's an amazing. So when we did, like, you did a sound check. When I did the sound check, I couldn't even remember my topic. And what was funny is Michelle made me first, and she made Lauren Hunter second. But when we got in the room with 400 people and lights, it all came back. And I remembered what Jillian said to me. Because, she said, Robbie, you know your story. As long as you stay in 12 minutes. They're not going to know if you're saying it word by word.
Right, that's correct.
So, I mean, the first part.
I count on it.
Well, the first part when you're studying, you're learning, you're going back to the first, so you know the first really well. So when I got to a point that I thought, you know what? I'm going to listen to what Julian said. I'm just going on with it. And I did. And it was interesting because they said they could tell when I shifted and it came from my heart.
I was just going to say that because you become more transparent and real when you do
and
that.
I was
not
on
scripted.
target and I got a standing ovation. And I said to Lauren, I said to Michelle, why did you put me and Lauren first? She said, then you guys can have wine.
Now that's a good promoter.
Yeah. But that's an amazing thing, and I'll tell Michelle she needs to get you in one of hers.
Okay, thanks.
She does it in LA. She does it in LA, San Diego, Orange County, and also in the Inland Empire. It's an amazing event.
Okay. How often are they?
She does them every year.
Okay.
So I'm sending her an email today. You
Look
know
at
me,
that.
I don't
See,
wait.
No, you do not. And I wanted this woman, like, just to be a guest on my show, you have to application, send in a headshot and a bio and your topic, what you want to talk about, and all this is going to be approved by me, because now we have a list of guests that want to be on my show, because it's so fun and fabulous, right?
Absolutely.
But this one is the quickest. Robbie was like, rally to Chicago. He goes, she is so on it. You were, it doesn't matter what time of day it was, you just went boom, boom, boom. And I really respect that because not everybody does that. So if you're a speaker or an entrepreneur of some sort, do what you're asked and try to get it done right away.
And never, let me just share one other show-up thing. RV Robinson just had an online.
Oh, I love RV. Yeah.
She just had a wonderful online. You were on it.
I was supposed to. I signed up for it, but I was on set on a big production.
So anyway, I was one of the 12-minute speakers.
Oh, nice.
And somebody on there heard me and came back to me and first said, that person said, you just motivated me and changed their life. And the second person came back to me and said, I am the co-director of a big women's conference in Riverside, and I want you to send me your bio. I'd like them to review it. I'd like you to maybe be a speaker for our conference.
You see?
So you never know.
You never know. And that's why you say yes and take action, show up, ask for what you need and follow through, right?
Right.
And do what you say. That's one of my topics in my book, or my mottos, is do what you say what you mean, and follow through.
Yeah, stop excuses. I hate
And no excuses. There you go. I love that. No excuses.
I had this blue thing. I think we have it for our members. On the back is every excuse you can think of.
You have it written out?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. I want to get a copy of that. We'll put it up. We'll put it up there in the comments.
Because, and then we can...
Don't use any of them. Ladies, if you're on here and you're going to talk to this woman or be in her organization, you do not want to use anything on that list. Right?
That's right, because I've heard it all.
You won't get any of these awards.
That's right.
Right? You won't need a binder.
You got to be an action, show up,
Yes.
making a difference person just like you are, Lauren.
That's right. Make a difference. Take action and make a difference. Oh my gosh. Does anybody have any questions out there for Miss Robbie while she's here live? This will also be on a replay, Robbie, so all of our members from all the different chapters can view your show here live, and also podcasts. It's on so many stations on a live podcast.
So we'll send it out on our social media as well.
That would be amazing because it's on.
I'll tell my interns because they know stuff I don't know. Like
you gotta love the interns. There you go. So the Power Hour is on Pandora, Stitches, Google, Spotify,
yeah, we'll have them pick it up. They're on stuff I never heard of.
Right? It's hard to keep up. Trust me, I'm with you, girl. Why do you think I have a rally? He takes care of all this stuff.
I know. I need a rally. I need a rally.
You can't steal them. I can share them, though. No, but it's so important. I mean, these things, you guys, it seems basic. And, I know we've all heard a lot of these things before. Yeah, just ask for what you need. Be a team player. Don't use excuses. We hear these things, but we really need to look at that again and get back to the basics and follow through and build that character.
You know what? We could start having, they could have a Power Hour book that every time they show up, they write the great thing that happened to them because they showed up.
Oh, I love that. Because look at you. She just told a couple stories being in the hardware store. Now she's got a plumber and a baker and all these crazy things, right? You never know, right?
And my house cleaning woman, it seems like her whole family had a gardener, so now I have a gardener.
Yeah, but
I asked her one, did you know a gardener? She said, yeah, my husband.
But did you say, I'm in need of a gardener and you know so many people?
No. On this one, I just said, you probably...
And maybe you know someone.
No, I said, because you have a lot of customers, maybe you know of someone that does gardening. She said, my husband. And then when I needed the lights fixed in my house, I said, because you know so many people. She says, my uncle. So yesterday,
You've got the whole
lights...
family over there.
So you see how powerful it is?
I know, honey. My mom says, Lauren, you're the most incredible person to get so many people doing things for you. She's like...
Now, the one thing I'm looking for is, because you
here we go. Say what you need.
You have a big boat, but I love water. And I don't want a big boat. I want a little dinghy with a 2-horsepower motor that I can take around a lake or just putt. I don't sail, but I like motorboats. I like motorboats.
All right, so if you guys know anyone
with
that
a
has
little dinghy with a 2-horsepower motor that you can see me. I used to have one, and I used to throw it on top of my car and go to lakes and I used to bring it down to Oceanside and go out and just do it.
And
you don't have to wash the boat down and all that stuff.
That's right. That is a lot of work.
Just throw the dinghy, unhook the motor, put it in your car, and throw the thing on top and slap it down and have fun.
Well, there you go. I love it. I'll have to take you out. It's actually not my personal boat. I wish, but it's actually more fun because it's my sister's, and I don't have to have all that work washing it down, although I do help. But we get to wakeboard behind the boat, and then we can go on tubing and with the dolphins.
Oh, wow, I love that.
She's like the dolphin whisperer.
See, I'm a Pisces. I'm a Pisces.
Oh, there you go.
My birthday's International Women's Day.
Of course it is.
But I didn't know that. I did not know that till maybe 5 years ago. And then what's really funny is this is another crazy show. You know,
it's
Kelly.
It's not funny. It's divine. It's perfect.
You know Kelly Breeze.
Yes,
okay.
I love Kelly.
You know how I met her?
No.
One day I got this invitation to attend a party about a woman that was putting together an International Women's Day in LA, and it was going to be at a park.
Okay.
And I thought, well, I'm going to go.
Did you show up?
I showed up. I asked Aggie, I said, Aggie, do you know, do you want to go? She said, oh, I got the invitation, but I can't go. I said, well, I'm going. And I remember I put on
And she goes everywhere, you guys, and she drives herself, right?
Yeah, and I put on this leopard outfit with a leopard hat that said Diva. So I'm driving. But I did not know that Hancock Park was not a park. As I got to the address, valets were parking the cars.
Oh, okay.
And I thought, well, I just drove from Menifee, so I'm going to check this out. I knock on the door, and Shirley MacLaine answers the door.
Oh my gosh! See, look at that.
And it was Banderas's ex-wife's house, and that's where Kelly was, and that's how Kelly and I met.
I love it. And now she's part of your sisterhood.
She's part of my sisterhood.
Yeah, and she's my sister too. I love her purple hair.
If she hadn't shown up, I wouldn't have met her.
There you go. Like, see?
And she didn't want to show up that day. She heard from one of her friends, whose son is a very famous movie star, about this event. And she said, oh, I'm going to the beach today. But because she was such a great friend, she decided to show up. But she didn't know where she was going either. And Deepak Chopra was there with all of there were 17 women who were the most amazing women I ever met.
And you had no idea. You
No
thought
idea.
you were just going to a park.
And
So you didn't judge. You didn't judge or ask all those questions.
Well, they didn't judge me when I opened the door. Shirley MacLaine said, I'm going to call you Diva.
How perfect is that? Because you are a diva. Coach Millie, my little dog's wearing her dress today that says diva on it.
Oh, I love that.
I'll think of you now every time she runs by.
Yeah.
Diva.
So always you never know. I mean, who would have thought? I was thinking I was going to a park, with picnic benches.
Shirley MacLaine's house. A
I
little
didn't.
different.
It was who was married to Banderas? Melody Griffin's house.
Okay, right.
But
Antonio
now
Banderas,
when
right.
Kelly showed up, Melody answered the phone. When I showed up, Shirley MacLaine answered the door.
The door. How fun is that? You see? I love that kind of stuff. I love it.
See? But that's because we said yes.
Yes.
And we showed up. So when are you guys going to say yes and show up and share your great stories with us?
That's right. You don't want her chasing you down, and we're getting that list of excuses. I can't wait to see it, because I'm sure I've heard them, and I've been guilty of using some myself.
I got up late, or my car won't start, or I have a headache, or my clothes just don't look right.
Yes, all of those.
Stupid.
Silly.
That's why every day I get up and get dressed, because somebody calls me. I don't have to say I have to take a shower. I have to get dressed.
You're
I
ready
say,
to go.
how fast do you need me there?
See, you guys, and look at that. Talk about no excuse. She's doing that, and she's, not 20, right? I always say I'm not going to be 100.
I probably didn't do it when I was 20.
You're right? I think we're
I probably had the excuses.
Right? I probably did too, right? I'm too busy. I can't be there.
Yeah, that's the other one. I'm too busy. Oh, I've got so much work to do. And yet they don't know if they show up and they have a great time, that they will go back and do more work and get more accomplished than they ever thought.
That's right, because you're in the right mindset.
Yeah.
Because it shifts when you have an empowering meeting like that. I can't wait, because we're getting ready to start a meeting here, right where we are, with the queen, the diva herself, the founder of the entire organization, is going to be here at the meeting, which our friend Tamara is the director. She's here in the house. Yes, here for Tamara. Yeah, and it's awesome. She's doing this for women to show up and network and just be and ask, right? I think you make everybody, that's part of your networking thing, is everybody has to say and ask.
Yeah, that's what they should do that wherever they go.
Right.
You know how you have your 30-second commercial?
Right.
At the end of that, you should always say, and how you can help me is.
Take note, you guys. And
But
how
before
you
they
help
can
me.
say that, they have to go back to the drawing board and said, what is it do I really need? What am I looking for? Who do I want to meet? Because, we all know, I know 10,000 people, you probably know 20,000 people. So if we don't know them, we can find somebody that does.
Right, and you know what, you guys, and everybody, I've been at events where Robbie's gotten awards, and everyone that gave her awards said that she's the most connected woman that knows, like, literally everyone. So-
Well, I remember your friend Shelley called me one day because she needed something. And I said, here. And she said, oh, my God, I got to get a pen. I said, when I'm connecting, I want to connect right now. It's not going to be a week from now, tomorrow, the next day. I want to take care of it and get it done.
Because you're on to something else.
That's right.
You're
Somebody
helping-
else might have a need.
That's right. You're helping someone else. Just boom. But I love that you get up and get dressed and you're ready for anything.
Every day, makeup, everything. Even if I don't know if I'm leaving my house.
But it doesn't matter, because then you might be on Zoom.
That's right.
At least from the waist up, we can see you.
That's
You got
right.
the jewels and the makeup and ready to go.
Right.
And what a great attitude, you guys. And this COVID thing and all this stuff, it just, people
Well,
fell
the
into
first
that
I know
crazy.
the first couple days for COVID was bad for me because I was watching the news and I was depressed and I said, this is ridiculous. No more news. get up and one of my friends and I, we knew places we could hang out without getting in big crowds, and we did. We didn't stay in the house.
No, me either.
Because that isn't my life.
Me either. Boom.
We need people.
Yes.
We need power people.
Yes, we do. And yes, that energy and exchange.
Right.
And Zoom was, thank goodness for Zoom, though. That did help a lot through the COVID.
I hate Zoom. I'm a people person. But
I know, but it's better than nothing, right?
But you know what? We learned from Zoom that we automatically became a global network. And we
Yes.
will always have 3 Zooms a month because we now have members in the Bahamas,
You see?
in
Exactly.
Canada, all over the United States. And somebody from Africa just asked one of my interns today, can they join? We said, absolutely. We will always have Zoom. And then we're
Because of
getting
that.
one
See, there's always
started.
something positive out of it. I know you.
And we're also starting, Stone Love is going to start a Bay Area one on Zoom, because then all of us can connect with Bay Area people.
Oh, you see, I know. So there was definitely benefits, and it helped me.
But we
personally.
still need the live ones. We have members
Oh,
that
yeah.
would not come out wouldn't come on Zoom.
Really?
Absolutely would not.
Wow. Because they didn't want to get a Zoom butt. Sitting on the computer all day.
They just are, I guess they're like me. I mean, I
want
did it
live.
because I had to.
I know, me too.
But if I had a choice,
No, live. I'd rather drive and take the time. And
me
stay
too.
in
If I have to drive
hotels
3
or
hours.
fly or
I
whatever.
remember one time I used to have a network in Santa Barbara, and I would drive to the night meeting and then drive all the way back to Menifee.
You're amazing. Well, she's amazing. You guys, nothing stops this woman. And so learn from her and, listen to what she's saying, because she's not just talking to say this, right? I mean, she lives this. She preaches this. It's her passion. It's her purpose. She's inspired so many women now on a global level. You ran, NAFI years ago?
I was with NAFI for 29 years as
Just a few.
their global coordinator. I interacted with all their members all over the country. They no longer have networks. They are now doing Working Mother, and Working Mother, no networks. So I was glad in 2017 when I started the nonprofit, which I did, to give us an opportunity to get in-kind donations for the conference and stuff, but I still was running the networks under NAFI. But when they decided to go the other direction, we just moved all the networks into GSFE. Our
Perfect.
networks, we didn't go after, but all of a sudden some of the other NAFI women are finding us.
Awesome. So if you guys want to join our sisterhood and everything and learn more for this woman and get the opportunity like I have to be around her, just in her presence and just seeing what she's going to wear every time.
Or come stay at my house, Sometimes, in fact, a
That's
bunch
so
of us are going
awesome.
up to the lake house. We'll have about 18 up there probably this
Where's
week.
the lake house?
Up in Lake Arrowhead.
Oh, how fun.
And
We're
we go
gonna-
out on rafts and we have fun.
There you go, the Pisces
Not
fish.
with a motor, though.
No motor.
We don't have
Well,
the motor.
We're working on that. You asked for it. You guys who has a dinghy, give it to this woman, please.
Yeah.
So she can report back that she...
So I can go out and I'm a Pisces. I need the water. It
Yes.
grounds me.
Yes, I'm Pisces
And every time
moon
I see you in the boat, I think, oh, how lucky she is.
with the dolphins.
Yeah, but I
know.
don't like sailboats. I thought I was a great sailor till one time I went on a sailboat. There used to be these single cruises out of Oceanside, and one time I went, I was so sick, I was over the side.
That's not
But the
fun.
guy that owned the boat, he came to me, he said, you see this bracelet? I
Yes.
bought this boat and I almost sold it because I was just like you, but I never went back out on a sailboat. It's just not me.
Okay, well, at least you know what you like. Cara has a comment that says, so many people are struggling now coming back from the world shut down. What's your words of wisdom for those still unsure on how to hit the ground running?
First off, we don't think about the past.
Boom.
We think about the future, and the future's here, and whatever's happened, happened. I don't think you should get into huge crowds. I think you should be careful about where you're
Be
going.
smart, right?
Because if you look at what LA said recently, most of the new cases are people who didn't have shots. So if you haven't had the shot, you need to be even more careful. I'm not about shots, but I did have it because here was my thinking. I figured if I had the shots and I got COVID, I'd be much better to take care of myself. Because I think about Hollywood, who went for the hospital for one thing, ended up getting COVID, and they sent him home. They didn't know he had COVID. He infected his mother, and he and his mother both died. So I'm not going to any hospitals. So if it happens,
No.
I'm going to take care of myself. So
Got it.
that
You
was
and Majesty, baby.
that was my thinking. And then
Okay.
I took all the stuff, I take so many, I need to find that
Yes.
test so I don't have to take 18 vitamins a day.
I got you covered. We'll do it to DNA.
Yeah, I need to
One
do
supplement.
that. Yeah,
I got it.
because I take 18 vitamins a day.
Amazing.
But
But
they
look
help.
at that. But see, because you're choosing you, and that's what I talk about so often, is putting ourselves not first, God first, and then ourselves. Because of that, because you want to be 85, attending all these meetings.
No, I want
and-
to get to 100.
But I mean, but I'm just saying for those listening that you have so much energy and you drive yourself and you're at all these events and you're asking for what you want and you're helping women and inspiring and you're just so there with so much energy. And she's taking care of herself, you guys. She's like living the life. She's doing her gardening. She's out meeting plumbers and bakers, getting things done, right? I just love that about you.
I think it would be really important for you to say a little bit about that DNA, because that was so impressive to me.
Oh,
Because
absolutely.
I remember you said you had all this stuff in your closet. It was crazy.
Well, yeah, in my in my garage, it looks like a vitamin shop. I used to be sponsored by everyone because of my fitness background. But yeah, so everybody gives me everything, and I was taking everything, and I didn't think I did a pretty good job, but it was called blind nutrition. So I was guessing. I literally was guessing what take this before workout, during workout, after workout, before you go to bed, in the morning. Like, there's so many things. I could spend all day just taking supplements. And then when I travel, it's a nightmare. It takes me, a good hour to get everything organized, to be gone for how many days. Like, it's a lot. You understand.
Right, I
You're
understand
doing
that.
it. Yeah, so when I was at a big event, this lady just goes, hey, we have a thing based on science, and it's your DNA, and it's one supplement. And I'm like, oh my gosh, let me find out more about this. So she swabbed me, sent in my report to the lab. I got a 35-page report on my DNA, on what SNPs, they call it, that I either inherited from both my parents, one of my parents, or I don't have the DNA gene itself. And so the supplement is custom made just for me. It wouldn't be good for you because it's based on my genetic makeup. Your DNA never changes. And it's exacted microdose to what I need. And so every day I'm giving my body exactly the right amount of whatever it is that I need, that I'm lacking, to be complete. And so I have that mindset that this is all I need to take. It's fabulous.
I love it.
Yeah, it's great.
Like I said, showing up and being on their radio show that day, I actually got to hear that.
Okay.
And that was like a life-changing thing for me.
Yeah, okay. Well, I've got that called Euphoria Science. I've been with them for quite a while. I'm an influencer with the company because I do take it, and I only endorse things that I believe in, that I use personally, that I've gotten results. So I take a lot of the riffraff guesswork out of things. There's so many. It's confusing. There's so many things out there, whether it's, an ab mission.
Overdose on vitamins as well.
Absolutely, you can, and it can become toxic, or you can be malnutrition. One of the either or. And I probably was taking too much. Knowing me, if one's good, a lot's better.
Yeah, me too.
Right. Because we just wanted to just give it to me. However, this is all based on science, and it is on your DNA. So yeah, I would definitely give you more information. I'll have a comment, and it's on my website too. Euphoria. It's one of my brands that I personally endorse. If you just go to laurenpowers.com, it's there. It's called Euphoria Science. I'll personally hook you up, Robbie. But yes, it's great. It relaxes your mind because you're giving your body exactly what it needs, and I'm not guessing. No more blind nutrition. People are getting healed. Amazing things are happening. I went to a big meeting with them. In Orange County, and they had some of the top. In fact, Kim is on here, I believe. Say hi, Kim. I'm talking about Euphoria. She's amazing. She's had amazing testimonials come out for her health. And so I'm all about helping and healing and people with their health and their wellness. And this is the number one product that I solely believe in. And because it's just science. It's simple. And it's one thing. So when you travel, you just take one thing, and it's easy, right? We like easy because we got to go. We're busy women.
We don't want to be busy figuring out how many days, and we might
Correct.
miss one or.
That's right. It's a lot to think about. So that's one less thing. So yes, I got you covered on that. Anybody have any more comments for Miss Robbie or myself out there? You got to get this book, you guys. It's all about showing up. The power is in the asking.
It's on Amazon.
It's on Amazon. Well, it's everywhere. Barnes and
Yeah,
Noble.
it's everywhere. Right.
Just everywhere. It's perfect. Elizabeth, what does Elizabeth say? I eat 90% clean, and that helps also. Of course, your diet is huge. Thank you, Elizabeth. Absolutely.
That's great.
Absolutely. We talk
Healthy
about that.
diet is really important.
Oh, yeah, especially right now. I mean, I talk about this a lot. The air we breathe, the food we eat, and the water we drink is not what it used to be in the 70s, like when you were rocking and rolling, right? It just isn't.
There's too much. They're adding too much stuff to it.
Oh, everything's modified, and it's just crazy. So we have to figure out hacks, if you will, to get the nutrition and get the hydration and get the supplementation and all the stuff just so we can function as we're supposed to.
So we have to show up and listen to all the facts that you give out to people all the time on your Power Hour.
There you go. See how she endorses like that? I'll pay her later. We have so much fun. You guys, it's all about too. It's about living life, not taking yourself seriously, having a good time, smile. I tend to have a really positive attitude because I choose to. You know what I mean? I just choose to be happy. I choose to smile. I choose to be direct like you are. Call people out on their BS, belief systems.
Right.
But and just be uplifting. It's like, why not? We can choose every day to wake up and have a terrible day, or we can choose to wake up and go, you know what, today's going to be fabulous. I'm going to be fierce. I'm going to conquer this. This is the list of things I want to get done, or whatever it is. I'm going to show up at this event. I'm going to call this person. I'm going to follow up with that person. I'm going to train this person. Whatever it is that we're doing, I'm going to speak at this event. It was on my list today. I've already trained 2 amazing women today. And one brought her daughter, and she had such a great time. And we just, it's just so great. We speak about faith after we train. It's faith and fitness, and it's just so uplifting. I get so much energy. I barely have eaten today, but I'm so on fire because I knew I was coming here. I got to see you. We're doing the Power Hour. I get to speak to these women, and it's just like, wow, life is amazing. It just is.
Well, I think sometimes when obstacles come into our life, look at them as you can find a solution.
Thank you.
It's another day of learning.
Yeah.
So stop looking at it as an obstacle or something wrong. Say, oh,
opportunity.
What am I supposed to learn from this, and how can I take it to a whole new direction?
Absolutely. You see, this is why she's where she's at. She didn't have the best childhood or whatever, right? There it is. Look at that. Yeah, there's your book. He's so good. So yeah, do you have her link as well to put up if you guys want to order the book? I'm sure Robbie will sign it.
Absolutely, we'll be happy to.
Yes.
And the money all goes back to our nonprofit for our work with women.
Of course it does. See? And then that's another thing, is being generous. Not only does she talk about being transparent and being authentic and speaking from the heart, which you do. This is what I've learned to do from you, is give back and just be you and be generous.
Right.
Well, be strong, be fierce, and be you.
One thing people have to learn, it's not about us. It's about how we can solve their problems and make their lives better. And when we do that, great comes back to us.
Absolutely. And I love that. I talk about that too, because that was my big breakthrough in leadership. Because, fitness and bodybuilding and all that, it's a very self-centered sport. It just is. I'm an only child. I did bodybuilding. I did all these solo sports, and surfing and skateboarding and all these things are by what you do. It's all about you, how you look on stage and all these things. But my breakthrough was just like, now it's not about me. It's like what I can do for you.
Right, your story and how your story can change your
Yeah,
life.
you can learn from what I've done, but now it's like, how can I serve you and
Right.
become a servant?
Right.
And I don't even call myself really a coach. I call myself more of a servant now. I'm just
Yeah.
here to serve, and the faith and the fitness and all that stuff. Faith is everything. Just changes everyone. I
absolutely.
walked in with this shirt on, everyone's like, yes! I've been wearing it all day. My clients show up, they're like, oh my gosh, I love your shirt. That's why I just left it on for our interview, because it's just,
It is great, because I know when I was 9 years ago, when I was diagnosed with breast cancer, it was the faith that got me. And I cried when I heard it, because I didn't think, but
that's
then I
not
said,
fun.
okay, what are we going to do? Let's take care of it.
it is what
Removed
it is.
the
Let's
breast,
deal
and I
with
ran
it.
a board meeting 2 days later. Tied the tubes and went.
You see, I told you guys she's amazing. You see, who has stories like that? Or you could have just
Or when I hurt
me.
my arm and they operated and I couldn't pull my pants up, so I called my neighbor. She came over every day and pulled my pants up
Because you asked.
because I asked.
Right? Just from little things to big things. It's all.
You never know what you need, but you just have to ask.
I just
Otherwise, I would have.
walked
It would have
around.
been a really bad time.
But see, I mean, it's just life. And again, it's just, I believe it's so much of our attitude.
Yeah.
And that,
Keep positive.
right?
Every day you should have a gratitude journal, because I don't
Attitude
care
of
how
gratitude.
bad the day is, there's always something good that happened. And if
Always.
you put that good in there, the bad's not going to seem so bad.
That's right. It wipes it out.
Oprah said that many years ago, and I've done a gratitude journal for probably 20 years.
Nice.
And
I love
every
that.
day there's something I'm so grateful for. Now it's every day I'm glad I get another day to wake up.
To breathing, right? Sometimes it's simple as that. Be grateful that you're waking up and
And I
taking a
get to
breath.
serve.
You do. You serve so many. You guys. She's so amazing. I mean, you guys don't even know, probably, that if you don't know her or heard of her.
Because it's not about me, it's about how I can impact you.
Ah, and you do. I called you my mentor. I don't say that about hardly anybody. Believe me, there's a lot of people that I thought I would look up to, and then you get to know them, and you don't want to be.
Because it's not really about you, it's about them.
Yeah, and it's not real. It's like a bunch of BS, as you would say.
Right.
Yeah, I've learned a lot. I'm learning a lot quick, because I was pretty new in this whole industry and all of that. And
Well, I'm sure you saw a lot of it in the power lift, in
the bodybuilding, yes, but it's a whole different energy.
It's a whole different energy.
A whole different thing. They're not speakers. They're not entrepreneurs. They're all about
Right.
themselves.
Right.
Really.
Yeah.
It really is. But I went from that to being the promoter because, again, I wanted to help other people. So I started transitioning to that. I started guest posing from being a competitor to then guest posing and showing. That was my gift, was being able to entertain, because that was the part I loved the most, was the performance of it, not so much the hard poses, but it was the moving around, dancing, and just entertaining people, making people smile. And so then I went from that and then to the promoter of just owning my own show, because it was here's Powers Fitness Events. There you go.
That's great. I love it.
another block on the thing, LPTV, and we got it all.
Yeah, I love this. This is
And
fabulous.
the Faith and Fitness. Yeah, it's brand new. We just got that. This is my second show with the flag.
I'm
they
so
call it,
honored.
the mic flag. That's right. You get to even hold it.
I'm always honored to be on your show.
Tessa just grabbed it from me, my last guest, because she's a host as well. So we were fighting over the mic. It was really funny. People were commenting, going, "Look who has the mic now," because she took it from me. It was great. But no, just being able to give back and being generous, I think, is just so powerful. And like you said, it does come back so much more. I just love that, and I believe that's a God thing as well. Like, it just is.
You don't expect the people you help. You should not expect something back from them.
Right.
Because you help, because you've got a beautiful heart and a servant's heart. But it'll come back from ways you never ever in dream. So if you're doing something because you expect something back from that person,
Wrong intention.
wrong intention.
Yeah, then it doesn't work out so well.
No, doesn't work out so well.
And I've heard the stories when you do have that. So don't do that, you people. Right? Just come from the heart and just give freely. Whatever you can, it doesn't even matter. Like my pastor at church, he's like, for if you want to give, whether it's $5 or $5 million, it doesn't matter. It's just
the fact that you gave.
That's right. And whatever stretch for you and where you're at. And nobody judges.
No.
It's like, we have some very, very wealthy people at my church. I had no idea, and you would never know because they're so humble.
Right.
Everybody's sitting around like sitting next to you and I, and then you find out they're like these bazillionaires, right? It's like,
Yeah.
but I love that.
Yeah.
Because nobody's there.
One thing
to
about me,
flaunt.
I'm not impressed by celebrities or people with money, because I believe we're all equal. We all come from wherever we are, and we're doing the best that we can
Absolutely.
with what we have.
Yeah,
So
that's all
just
we can
because
do.
somebody has more doesn't make me. I'm
We're not
happy
to
for
compare.
them. I'm
Yes.
so happy for them.
Oh, I know, right? Well, we're supposed to pray for people and that aren't doing so well or whatever. Even
But
people
they
that
should, if they're doing so well, they should remember the people that helped them up
get
the
there,
way.
right?
So many
What does
times
say?
that doesn't
Remember the little
happen.
people? Remember the little people? Oh, I know. I'm around some other bigger celebrities too, and they don't always have the best intentions.
Yeah.
Sometimes not so good.
Somebody says I knew them years ago. I know there's somebody trying to impress me. I said, I've known them for years.
Well, you know everybody. Trust me. And that's a good thing. The power of connections. So you guys, all right. Vicki Moore, what did she say? She likes the living room setting because I feel like I'm sitting with you and a part of the group. Aww,
Oh, I love that.
that's so sweet. Thank you, Vicki. Well, that was our intentions. We just want to include you guys. It is, and that's why I do like to do these live, you guys. Is for people like that can comment, talk to us. We can answer questions right here. We'll go back and watch the comments for the replays. But again, it's nothing like being in our living room with a chat. But you know what? I just love this woman. I want to thank her so much for being on this show.
For-
Robbie Motter is in the house, you guys. Stick around. She's got a lot going on. She's got a big award show coming up August 1st. Look for it. It's called The Lady in Blue. We'll post it on my site as well. And any questions from here on out, she's reachable. I can get to her if you want to ask me a question to get the answer. I'm sure I'll ask her. I'm not afraid to ask for anything now because I've heard for the best right here.
Right.
The
Me
queen,
too.
the diva, Robbie Motter. Boom. So you guys be strong, be fierce, and be you. Say it together with me. Boom.
Love it.
Yes. So you guys, if you don't want to miss anything coming up on the Power Hour, just text the word POWERS to 888-907-2480. Again, text POWERS, POWERS, to 888-907-2480. Do not miss an opportunity. Get your free faith and workout calendar from me. It'll keep you on track and accountable. Most of these women that come to me and they pay me the big bucks because I just hold them accountable because we tend to get busy, right? And then they put themselves last. I'm going to talk about that later. If you'd like a copy of my book,
Which is amazing.
Thank you, Robbie. Get your free signed copy from me. Just go to beneaththemuscle.com. There you go. There's some of those reviews on Amazon. I still need to go back and read some of those. I was crying too much. I couldn't get through them all. Go for it. If you'd like to be a guest on my show, just go to thepowerhourtv.com/guest and fill out the application. Again, like what Robbie did, she sent us right away her bio, her topic, her headshot, all of that. And we do the graphics and we do promos and get you exposure. There's for the calendar. Get your free calendar, powerhourtv.com/power workout calendar. Again, for a stronger faith and fitness lifestyle. I'm your faith and fitness queen, Lauren M. Powers. I'm here to empower you because I am the fit, fierce female ready to rock it out. And what else? We got it all? There you go. And if you want to talk to me, get on a free call for me. It's $500 value. It's the Fit Fierce free assessment call. This is where we kind of dive deep to where you are now, to where you want to be. I can figure out if I am the solution in between, close that gap. I do it for free. Give me a call just by listening to being on my Power Hour. That call is free. Jump on that. Get your call booked. I'm here for you. I'm here, like I said, I'm a servant. I'm here to level up your fitness, your health, your wellness, and get Robbie's book, you guys. It's all about showing up. The power is in the asking. It's so true. I mean, I'm following her. I'm hanging on to every word she just said. I'm going to watch the replay myself because she's so funny, but she's so full of wisdom. And I just want to thank her so much. I'd like to thank my sponsors, savvy.com/fierce females. If you want to look amazing in some really cute outfits, this is the place to go. Savvy.com, savvi.com/fierce females. We also have, we were talking about the what also I eat. I do egg whites. We'll put the link in the chat. That's how I start my metabolism. Also livekaya.com/Lauren Powers. This is healthy chocolate. This is really good. It's very healthy for burning calories, and also probiotic that doesn't die in your intestines. Super good stuff. I love that company, Live Kaya. And then my Euphoria, is that on there as well? The DNA vitamin. Yeah, we're going to post that as well. That's euphoriascience.com/Lauren Powers, I guess, is my DNA, my link for that as well. So you guys, those are my sponsors. I want to thank them for helping out with the Power Hour. And again, you want to be my guest, jump on. Robbie Motter, always a pleasure. I can't wait. I get to spend the next hour or two with her on the live show. There you go. And then we'll be on the podcast. If you missed the show, you can listen to us. We are on the podcast, Power Hour with Lauren Powers. And what else? We will see you for the next one. We should be back at our regular time, which will be Mondays at noon Pacific. So we'll tune in for another. I have got, this month's already sold out. So book now to get on. You're not going to want to miss it. We love you guys. Be strong. Be fierce. Be you. Boom. And that's a wrap, baby. And we're out. Boom. If you like what you saw here on YouTube, don't forget to hit the red subscribe and then click the red bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming fierce, fabulous YouTube videos. Be strong. Be fierce, and be you. Boom.